hopefully you should be able to hear me. Oh my gosh, it's all kind of going a little bit peak-tong, isn't it? I've managed to quickly fix everything a little bit, so I was hoping it might just completely fix it all together. Um, yeah, so hopefully, right, I'll get back to where I was on the previous live, and I'll start showing this. So, I made this staticky. Oh, it's the microphone again, isn't it? I need to kind of fix that, don't I? Um, right, if I turn that off, is that better? Hopefully. Um, hello? Hopefully now that should be working. Goodness grief. I do apologise, guys. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed it stays now for the duration. Right, I was going to show you the samples that were meant to have made it onto TV a few weeks ago. But on the journey to try and get to Sheena, we had a few issues, so we had to turn around and come back home. But this was made using Aurora Flakes. Yeah, who's Gareth? I'd like to know who Gareth is as well. So these are all made using the Aurora Flakes from Cosmic Shimmer. These are some Sheena butterfly stamps that I glued and then went over. And I also put some of the spangles down in the middle there. So that's not spangles, it's twinkles. So it's this really absolutely, and you can kind of see like the intensity of that glitter glue, and we're gone again. Right. Because that worked last time. Let's see if it'll work this time. Right. I just don't think it can take the. But yes, we have that. Now, not only do we have that, again, this was also made with them, and you can see here that on the last live where I showed you that I made the actual butterfly to dry, it's very similar as to what I did with this one. So this was actually a glass jar, just a plain normal glass jar that I bought from a shop, and I covered it in gilding flakes, and I also used some of the Cosmic Shimmer spangles. So this was all done with Cosmic Shimmer stuff, and not just that, it also does that. How cool is that? I think it's absolutely amazing because I'm a little weirdo and I love stuff. I can promise you it looks much nicer in person than what the camera's picking it up. So we also have that, and we have the gilding flaked box just here. So that's completely covered. It started off as a plain brown box, and I painted it all up on the inside and everything all nice and black, and I used those Aurora flakes again on double-sided tape, so it kind of looks like from the one side, like where it captures it, it kind of looks like it's individual panels. I thought that looked pretty cool, and you can see there that I've used some of the roses that we made in, but I used black clay on those ones to make them look really nice, and I think it is a really cool little project. And then we get into the cards. So you can see there I've decorated a butterfly, and I use some of these aqua-based gilding waxes on there just to highlight all the top areas of the butterfly, and I also put some on the sentiment, and I used what is spangles for the background there with green. And not just that, I used my watercolor inks. So I put my blue and my yellow together, and I actually ink blended that background with watercolor inks, which I think looks absolutely cool. And we can see I've done a similar thing here, but I cut out a frame, and I mean, like, see how I don't know if you can see how the light picks up on those gilding flakes, but I think it's so gorgeous. So gorgeous. And I don't know how this actually ended up being my favourite, but it has. But I just love how those spangles sit on the branches of that tree stamp and just make it look like a kind of foliage, like a proper foliage tree. And that was just like a little watercolour background again I did with the inks. And I also went around with some of the glitter as well because I just couldn't help myself. And that glitter is absolutely everything. I do have to say, Trudy, it is one of my favourite projects in a long while. And I think it's just because of the sheer simplicity. It just looks so, yeah, I just think it's so pretty. And then I did a birthday shaker card, and I put some of I don't know if you could see the spangles in there, but there are some spangles and glitter in there. Yeah, there we are. I'll just try and you can see them shaking around on the inside there. And that was a frame that I made in the Brother Scan and Cut software. So I designed that little frame and cut it out. And I also painted up the roses, and I used some of these, which are iridescent mica pigments. Now I made up a tiny little bit of them, and then just kind of went over the top just to highlight the edges of the roses, and I thought it looks really, really pretty. And to get that lovely pearlescent finish on there as well, I actually used the Enchanted Gold Gilded Touch Wax, and then on a piece of white card, and just cut it out. So yeah, some of my favourite cards in a long while. Let's see if I can actually improve. I don't know if that does anything to help. Hopefully it does. Let's put that back up there. There we are. So hopefully you can see things a little bit better with that light on. And that was all the projects that I made that unfortunately didn't quite make it to the television, but they will be making their way to Sheena at some point, I'm sure. Or if not, we might just give them away on the channel. Who knows? Who knows? So, if you were here for the first part, you would have seen me make those, make these lovely little bits up. So we do have a handful of different little bits here that that I made. Hopefully you can see those. I don't suppose you have a gorgeous lion that could go inside that tree card. Oh, I don't know. I do have. I don't think I do actually. No, I don't think I do. That's a little bit sad actually, because I don't. Oh well. I'm sure we could figure something else out. Right, I'm just going to pop those bits off to the side, because those are the ones that we made up. Now, I actually have a tub of ones that I've already made, and I'm just thinking of pulling a few bits out and showing you guys, because some of these are just like I cut them out for playing and all that kind of stuff. So we've also got all sorts of leaves here that I made up. And we've got some big and medium roses, and we've got loads of little roses. And you can see there we've got those black roses as well, which are so pretty. Absolutely stunning, if I do say so myself. Right. See, these ones were just for play. I was just playing about and just trying to see what kind of effects I could get with them. Doesn't always work out for the best, but, you know, we always try. I did also make that with gilding flakes as well, which I thought was rather pretty. Right, what do we have here? Well, we have this can that I actually gilding flaked as well. I'm not sure, maybe we could do something with that. Quite possibly. We'll see. I haven't actually planned anything other than to show you guys how to... I heard you mention the devil's second invention, gilding flakes. Yes! I have had to use such things in very recent history. So what would you guys like? Yes, you do need to wait for them to dry. So these are all ones that I've dried, that are already dried and ready to rock and roll. What would you guys like to see? Would you like me to make a project? Would you like me to mold up a few more things so that you can kind of get a feel for what I'm doing? Next thing, glitter. Yes, I do speak about glitter as well. I speak about all sorts on here. I'm terrible. I'd like to know what you guys would like to see. So if you let me know, I can put together a card, I can put together a project. But whilst I'm waiting, I'm going to get out a little bit of paint. Just a tiny little splodge. What I'm going to do is actually test what I'd like to... I'm going to test one of these roses to see if I can get it to do what I would like it to do. Now, I know painting roses grey is not very standard, but I promise you there is a method to my madness. Because all I'm doing is I just want to get a base colour on there to see if my evil idea works. It could be a cunning plan if it works. So I'm just going to give that a moment to dry. Do you know what? I think I might do the slightly bigger one in it as well. Now you can also because all I really wanted to do was just basically prime it, because it is paper, it's going to be porous, so no matter what I put on it first, it's just going to absorb it entirely. So I've got one with a slightly darker finish and one with a slightly lighter finish. And if I do that, oh my goodness golly me, look how cool that looks, and all that was a little bit of painting and wiping a bit away. Is there one kind of paint that works better than the other? I'm using the Cosmic Shimmer matte chalk paints. I don't think there's anything that really works anything better than anything else. Oh, I wonder if that would give... Ooh, I'm onto something here. I'm just thinking, because if we can get that to do that... And I've left a bit of the grey on the brush as well, so... With that honeysuckle paint... It might give the effect I wanted it to, because it kind of looks ever so slightly like porcelain. It's not a great idea of it, but it does look pretty porcelain-y. Porcelain-like. Yeah, it does look like it was dry brushed, and that is actually what I'm going to do with it in just a second. So what I am going to do is just quickly wipe up these bits, because we don't need those bits anymore. And I'm going to bring you, wait till you see this, right? Oh my god, you're going to love it. So you only need the absolute tidgiest, smidgiest like that type of tidgy widgy little smidgy widgy. And I'm just going to get this brush dry because I don't want it to be wet at all. And I'm just going to put a tiny little, single little droplet, and look how that activates, and it turns into a right good paint. So hopefully, he says, when we do this, and I'm just trying to get it to pick up the edges of the petals there, and you can see I only use the absolute tidgy smidgy ibty ibty teeny weeny little amount. And I'm picking it all up onto that exceptionally dry brush, I might add, and there we go. You should be able to see. Oh, I'm just wondering if the overhead cam will do it. You should be able to see how beautifully that all picks up the shine and the shimmies. But what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to put down, and I'm thinking it should give a similar effect. So with this one that we've just done, again, putting down the smidgiest little bit, and I'm just going to use the wax over. Oh my god, could you imagine that on a dark on a black rose? Oh my god, that would be so cool. I think actually just a stiffer brush might work better. The bristles won't bend down into the crease. Yeah, that is true. A stiffer brush would work better, but I don't have one, which is a little bit of a problem. And there we go. And you can see just how pretty that actually are. I don't think the camera's picking up quite as much as what I can see. But you know what I'm going to do, actually? I might come in with a little bit of, oh, let's do that on this one. Yeah, oh, golden bronze. We use golden bronze on that one. And I'm not going to, oh, I think I might have gone a little bit overboard with that. So I've actually got quite a damp brush there, which is fine. Because I actually want it to kind of get on there and set. Oh my gosh. So this is a lot of just playing that I haven't done before. My God, look at that. How cool is that? That just looks so stunning. Look how amazing that is. And it kind of looks, even though it's the darker grey, it still looks really porcelain-like with that. Oh my gosh, because you've got the grey and the bronze mixing together. Oh, that's just so pretty. It kind of gives it a rose gold look. Or at least I think it does anyway. And you can see there, I didn't even really use a lot of that, and I'm about to waste quite a bit of it cleaning it up. Porcelainy! Yes, porcelainy. And it's all just playing. And now that one's dry, you know what, I want to make it look a little bit sparkly, so I'm gonna let's see if I can get that to, I don't think I've put the hole in it. Let me see if I can get the hole in it. No, I'm just going to snip that off and be done with it. There we are. I'm just going to pop a splodge on the desk. I'm just going to pick it up with my finger and I'm going to and you can see all the twinkly sparklies in that. I don't think it's doing it any justice really, but it is absolutely sparkling. Love your vocabulary, guys. Thank you, Trudy. I really appreciate that. I'm a bit of a weirdo. I don't know if it is. Is it your first time being here? Because I haven't streamed in such a long time. I feel absolutely awful about that, just generally anyway. But it has been quite a while since I last streamed, so yes, I do like to emphasize sparkly words and such. Right, so we've done a few little roses. I'm going to play with the butterfly now, and I'm going to get a wet brush, and I'm just going to pull out some ink. Let's move those to the side because we don't want to cause too much of a kerfuffle. I'll pop that back up there. Oh, you watched me with Hunky Dory. Ah, yes. Yes. We do love a bit of Hunky Dory. I need to actually do some more stuff with the stuff that I've got. So, I'm just going to go with get 3 of the basic colours down. And that's all I'm going to be painting with. And start with the lightest colour first. I'm being really brave with this because normally I only do one wing at a time. So I am being super duper brave, so thank you for... Oh, there we go. And there we go. So that's all of the little veiny bits painted. And I'm just going to dry it quickly. Yeah, those are watercolour inks. So they are Cosmic Shimmer, various watercolour inks. I'm just going to encourage it to dry. There we go, encouraging it to dry a little bit. And then, what can I do? I was hoping that I would have... Where am I? Let me clean the cloth gone. Ah, there it is. So if I just pat up what's left. There we are, and I don't think I have a wipe anyway, but what I can do is, well, I need to paint that central bit. So if I just mix that, and that, I'll just mix them all together. And then we just give that central part of the butterfly a little, because we don't want it to be the same colour. And just give that a little tap, because I went a little bit overboard, because I don't want to ruin the paint down the middle of it. There we are. But you can see from the little bits I used, you can get absolutely loads. Hello, Crafton in the back. Thank you so much for being here. I'm actually really pleased that so many people have turned up, so thank you all so much, because I have had a very, very long break. It has been a very, very, very long break. So obviously just a massive thank you to you all being here and dealing with my technical difficulties, because there have been some technical difficulties. I love made-up words. I learned so many descriptive words and phrases from my crafty friends. ECR, yeah, ECR is a total master. Absolutely. Right, so let's go in with, where is that? Oh, I haven't even used this one yet, so I want to try it. This is Autumn Bronze. It's the darkest one I have. And I'm just going to put down a teeny, teeny, teeny little splodgy blodge. Or at least I hadn't thought I'd used it, but I must have done it. So I'm just going to go very gently over the ridges. I'm not going to go in too hard because it will ruin it, and I don't want to ruin it. I want it to look pretty. And some of it has actually... Oh, bless you, Barb. Well, I'm very pleased that you're back here with me. I want to make sure I get down the centre of that butterfly as well, because I want everything to look super pretty. And we can see there just how well that's come out. But I'm not going to stop there. No, I'm not. I'm not going to stop there, because you know what I'm going to do, don't you? I'm just going to put... Hello, Tammy Paper Nest. Thank you for being here. I'm just going to go and put some quite big blobs on there, and I'm just going to splatter it all around the wing as well. Oh, thank you. No, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that. And there we go. Look at that. It's super duper splingy blingy. I think I can see. Ah, there you go. That'll catch it up there now, won't it? And you can see all of that beautiful sparklies. There's so much sparklies. I love sparklies. And hopefully, if I bring that up close enough to the camera as well, you can just see how that's kind of taken on such a beautiful porcelain effect. And oh, I love just how beautiful they've all come out. It's so cool. So cool. I'm like a kid at Christmas, I'm sorry. I am literally like a kid at Christmas. So, would you guys like to see me make some form of project? What would we like? Because it's all about you. I want you guys to feel like you have an input, and I want to actually make something that you guys would be interested in seeing me do. So, how would you go about personalising the mug with a mug with the clay? Now that is a question, because that is, I think for that you would actually quite possibly want to use resin on the moulds and make resiny bits that you can then stick to the mug with whatever. I think there's a particular glue that you can use. I've not done it myself. It might be something I'll do in the future. Sharing positive is so important these days. Oh, thank you so much, Pam. Yeah, it's cray cray. There is a lot of cray cray going on in the world at the moment, and if I can bring 2 seconds of abnormality to anybody, to everybody, that everyone's going to enjoy, I would rather do that than not. So yeah, food safe adhesive or glue. Yeah, you could certainly use that. I'm not entirely sure how you would do it though, because yeah, I mean I've only personalised objects like this where you've not, where it's not going to be drunk, like it's not a drinking thing. So yeah, right. Let's do some leaves. So yellow. And you know what? I'm going to make a dark green. So if I get a little bit of my French mustard and a little bit of my cobalt blue. I'll just drop that in there. And I'm going to bring quite a wet brush to it. And I'm just going to And this is another great thing about these moulds, is the detailing on them is just insane. You can see just there how detailed that is, and how the inks just ran right into those I think it looks so cool and pretty. I'm just making sure I'm catching those edges as well, because we don't want them to not be entirely pretty if we're going to use them. Mixing colours for cake decorations, yeah, for sure. It is very similar, because these were initially designed for that purpose, I think, for making little fondant decorations out of. I know there's quite a lot of the moulds are for that. But if you actually take a look on the site, Andy Skinner has done some moulds for some of the stamps that he's done, and he's also got some of the moulds coming out for his robo stamps. I don't know if any of you guys have seen his robo stamps. If you'd like to, I can show you a few bits that I painted last week when I was working. Well, when I went to work, I took in some stamped images and just painted them, because I needed, something to do when it got a little bit tranquil, because I don't use the Q word. But I mean, just look how easy and simple this is to do. It's so crazy, isn't it? Well, I don't do clay unless you count buying done pieces and gluing them. It really does bring out the texture in the leaf. It is just so gorgeous. And it just seems like a waste to wipe it up, but I kind of have to. So what we want next, and I know it's a bit naughty, I want a red, so I'm going to put down some pink, and then I'm going to put in 1 drop of brown. Pop. So that was 2 drops of pink to 1 drop of brown, and then mix, and that will give us a lovely red. So go over this lovely pinky red to go over this rose with, and I just think it looks so stunning. It's so pretty. And then, because I want it to have that worn porcelain look, I'm just going to use my how cute is that? I don't know if it's going to catch it. Go on, catch it. Focus, focus, focus. Yes, focused. How pretty is that? And I've not really, and all I've done is put a little bit of ink on it. I know I'm screaming use baby white so it can be used later. Yes, I would get the same effect from doing a baby white, but I don't have any. that's the only problem I've got. And like, I've just made 4 different types of rose with that. It's just, it's mind blowing. Where did I put my little pop bits? What I would like to do is show you. So you can see there on that black rose, I've already highlighted it with a bit of silver. Now, that doesn't matter. What I would like to do is go in with my iridescent gold, and I'm just going to do what I did before. That's probably a little bit too much, but I do want to give it a different look. So I'm just going to dry the brush as best as I can with my hand and mix that into a paint, because it's actually got a binder in it. This one has a binder in it, so you don't need to worry too much. And then you can see how quickly that becomes a beautifully gorgeously golden bronzed rose. Let's see if I can get a little bit in the centre there, because I want that to look a bit nicer. Oh, I hope you have a lovely appointment. No, I can't really say I hope you have a lovely doctor's appointment. Going to the doctor's is never lovely. I hope it goes as well as it possibly can for you, my lovely. And hopefully I will see you on the next one, which won't be as long as the last one. I am waiting for a few bits to come in, so fingers crossed if they come in before I go back to work, I'll do another live before I go back to work. And that's just beautifully bronzed. Oh, I just love it. It's such an easy thing to get done with these things as well. And you can see all that I've got left. There's still loads there that I haven't used. Look at all that. And now I'm just going to be an absolute monster and wipe it away. So if you didn't see me make some moulds at the beginning, would you like me to mould up a few more things that you guys can take a look at, and I can show you how to do it? It's not a problem at all. What other mould did I get? Did I get a more complex one now? Oh yeah, let's have a look at the love hearts, because oh my gosh, they are gorgeous. Oh, that one's almost dry. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, let's have a look at these hearts. Like anyone would say no. Well, I don't know, someone might say no. Bye, Pam! And I'm just going to, like I did with the other ones, I'm just going to prime it. There might be a little bit of sparkle in there, because obviously my finger's covered in sparkles. So, and I'm just putting down just the tiniest little amount. Teeny tiny. Not much at all. And you see here, I'm actually going to use some of the black clay to make these ones. So this might end up getting sparkly, because, you know, I'm covered in it. Right, there we go. So that's one. Oh, and I'm just going to make sure I push down quite hard, because I want it to get all of that beautiful, beautiful detailing in. You can tell I've done this a few times before, can't you? Right, there we go. I'm going to go for another one. I'm going to go for the medium-sized one. Now, again, I wouldn't normally do this. I would normally just do one, turn it out, and then make another one. But I'm kind of feeling like I'm on a bit of a roll with it. So I'm gonna just go health. I'm just gonna go for leather, I think. And there we go. And what you want to do is just kind of find which part of it works for you to scrape it out of. Because you can see that I've got all of that excess that's come back off of that. It's not like the world's massivest amount, but still. And I like just to wrap it back up in the wrapper and pop it in an airtight container. And here we go. I'm just going to pop that. And out it comes, and we've got all of that absolutely stunning detail in there. And again, it's so gorgeous. And it is literally just fabulous results every single time. Every single time. I love it. I wouldn't normally do this, but I want to because I want to see if I can get it to do it. What did I do? Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? So if I get that enchanted gold, I wouldn't normally try this. I'm being very brave right now. Right, let's just take that off of there because that's clear that off. And I know it's still wet, but let's see if I can get it to. Oh yeah, I can. I wouldn't recommend doing this until it was dry. But please do remember that I'm also a heavy-handed person. So this may not look absolutely perfect. Hi Mummy, welcome on in. I'm so glad you're here. But I am like I said, I'm very heavy-handed. So, and also I wouldn't advise doing this until it's actually dry. So you can kind of see there how all of that's picked up. With that gorgeous, gorgeous detailing. I'm just going to do the same on this one. I need a little bit more. I think so. I'm literally just going to only put down a smidgy. Because all I want to do is just pick up that detailing. I don't want to go anywhere else, and I shouldn't even really be doing this because it's still wet. But this does dry a little bit quickly because it is water-based, it's not actual wax. And I'm trying to make it do super delicate things. There we go. What's that? And there we go. Look how beautiful that looks. And you can see just how less heavy-handed I'm becoming as I'm going along. And again, I wouldn't normally advise doing this until it's properly fully dry. But I'm a bit of a masochist. and I like to see if things work. And there we go. That's all 3 of them. How absolutely stunning are those? And I think, oh my gosh, right. Oh, have you not met Mommy before? She is such a lovely person. If you don't follow her, you really ought to, because she's a lot of great fun. She's also known as Baroness Lala. She is Baroness Lala. And you know what, actually, I'm going to do the same with these leaves as well. Oh, I just can't help myself. I'm just gilding. I'm just making it gilding. Oh, which one do I think? Let's go with the tarnish gold on the leaves, because I haven't. That is the one I haven't used yet. Again, a little bit heavy-handed, but you can see how pretty it makes them look. And like on the leaves, you don't want to do too much, because I'm just going to just pick up some of that detailing, and it just looks so stunning. So all this is really, guys, is just a little bit of a play to show you how they work, because I have some things that are on the way, and I've got some great plans for what I'm going to do on a live next. Oh, thank you so much, Lala. Your lovely baronessness. Ah, there you go. That's the kind of thing you actually want to get from it. Oh, does help if I put it under the camera properly. You can definitely see. So hopefully everybody's kind of learned a little bit of what it's all about. And next time, when my things arrive, I will be able to do a proper project, because I know I've not actually showed any of this off before. And there we go. And you can also like kind of twist and turn these, and you can make them, to give them a little bit more actual leaf kind of shaping and all that kind of stuff. And you could do that when they're drying as well. I'm just going to wet my hands a little bit, because I need to get some of this stuff off. And I know it's only been a little bit of a show and tell type of thing, but I think I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I've kind of shown you the absolute outlay of what they can do. What I'm going to do is put in another live towards the end of the week when my new stuff gets in, because we know we all love new stuff. And I've got some amazing plans for the stuff that are on the way, so fingers crossed that arrives super promptly. Normally it does, because they are absolutely brilliant at sending things out lightning quickly. If you do want to order any of these things from Katie Sue Designs, like I said, the link is in the description box below, because she actually ships to America as well, so you guys can buy them as well. So they're all available to everybody everywhere in the world. And what I will say again is thank you all so much for having been here. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you all coming back and being here with me. And I promise it will pick up a little bit more as time goes on. So on that note, I will say that I love you all. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all next time. And I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world, and a very, very happy new year. I will see you all soon. Bye, guys.